Baba booey, baba booey. Ba 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 ba. Bada bing, bada boom. All right, y'all. It is 46 degrees. That is. Why does my room get so fucking warm? Like, I understand heat rises, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. Heat rises, but my room in the winter is also the coldest fucking room. What? If heat rises, then why the fuck is it not rising to my room during, the winter? Huh? Explain that, science. Stupid weather. All right. Let's see. Do I want to go to Solstheim? I think it is time to part from the mainland of Skyrim. And explore the other lands. See new things for a little bit. Yes. Let's go.
If you're looking for passage to Solstheim, too bad. I'm not going back there anymore. It's hard to explain. I remember those people with the masks coming on board. Then, the next thing I remember, I was here, and they were gone. It's not right losing full days like that. There's been something strange going on there for a while. But after this, I'm done. I'm not going back to Solstheim. Have you been listening to me?
How about no? How about you will go back?
All right, you have a point. Taking you back to find out who sent them is the least I can do. Besides, maybe you can put a stop to whatever's going on over there. I owe them a bit of payback myself.
I wonder how. Let's see how Time looks. Oh shit! Looks pretty fucking good with these mods. Damn! Looks more colorful.
Well, here we are. This is Ravenlock. I'll say I'm all that glad to see you again. Good luck. Maybe you can figure out what's going on around here.
This mod pack really did a good job of making Time look good. Damn. It doesn't look so bleak. It looks...
I don't recognize you.
Hello.
So I'll assume this is your first visit to Ravenrock, Outlander. State your intentions.
Fuck bitches, get money.
Mirak, I'm not sure that I do. Just remember, Ravenrock is sovereign territory of House Redoran. This is Morrowind, not Skyrim. While you're here, you will be expected to abide by our laws. Any questions? I'm unsure. I swear I know the name, but I cannot place it. I don't think so. I'm not... The name has something to do with the Earthstone. I'm not sure what. I have to be. As second counselor, the security of Ravenrock is my primary concern. This isn't exactly the city of Blacklight. We're on the frontier out here. We've had more than a fair share of troubles. After all we've been through together, I refuse to let Councillor Morvain down. Councillor Morvain is House Redoran's representative on Solstein. As second councillor, it's my job to support him and make certain his rule is enforced. Ravenrock started out as an Imperial settlement. The Empire decided to abandon it, just as my people were first setting foot here. They left the town a shambles. But when House Redoran took over, we turned it around and it became ours. And even if it's been a struggle to make this island livable, we're proud to call it home. Your ignorance of our homeland doesn't surprise me. It's the capital of Morrowind. Been that way ever since Mournhold was sacked by the Argonians. I don't visit there often anymore, but we still get the occasional supply ship and visitors from there. Quite a while ago, yes. They cut a bloody swath across most of the southern region of Morrowind. Nobody seems certain why it happened. An attempted expansion, revenge for the enslavement of their people, or perhaps both. Whatever the case may be, thousands of Dunmen needlessly lost their lives, and many more were exiled from their homeland. Giallo, I'm starting to wonder what happened.
Captain Gallant.
Captain Gallant.
I'm just a
ship's
ship's
bad weather, Mr. Shipsman. Before you even ask, yes, I have the supplies you requested.
misery. I'll give you misery. Try getting this on straight next up, front of the forward.
Lord, you need to talk some sense into your husband.
We can't get blood from a stone, Nobro. As it is, we can barely make miserable. Just miserable. Oh, I hate this place. Don't like it? I hate it. Every day it's the same thing. We open the shop, we hardly sell a thing, we close the shop and go to sleep. What kind of a life is that? Oh, believe me, I'd be on the first ship off this miserable island if I could. But I'm not sure I could do that to my father. I think it would break his heart. We've already lost my mother. I don't want to leave him alone. We lived in a settlement, perhaps a league from the border of Black Marsh, the homeland of the Argonians. Even though the Argonian invasion ended a long time ago, there are still a few scale-skinned clans that live within our borders. To put it simply, they attacked our settlement and slaughtered almost everyone. It was horrible. Keep yourself safe.
You haven't seen Crescius Corellius, have you? That foolish old man's taken my pickaxe again. No, this isn't just your run-of-the-mill pickaxe. I'm talking about an ancient Nordic pickaxe. They don't exactly grow on trees, you know. I prefer to handle these things on my own. Look, if you see Crescius, tell him to give me that pickaxe back, and I'll pay you for the trouble.
Are the ash yams
A fine question, and the one that I hear most often from visitors to our town. I wish I had a more romantic tale to tell, but I was simply seeking my fortune and chose Raven Rock to ply my trade. Besides, knowing how to repair bone mold armor wasn't very useful in Riften. I had a friend over there, a dark elf named Van Rife, a very talented armorsmith. Spent a lot of time with the guy swapping smithing techniques. Learned a heck of a lot, including how to repair bone mold. After he moved on to greener pastures, I decided to pack up, move out here, and put those lessons to the test. Been here ever since. It's the only tool tough enough to crack Skyrim, is what it is. Not many of those beauties left in the world. Forging them is a lost art. The one Crescius borrowed came from the Skull village up north. I, traded them some goods for it. Calling Skyrim an ore is like calling my forge a campfire. Some folks say it's enchanted ice, but I think there's more to it than that. I don't think I've come across more than a chunk or two in my lifetime, and smithing's my trade. If you're looking to learn more, you should head over to the Skull village. Someone there's bound to know more about it than I do. Well, it's been a long time since someone from
Not
the
just
guild's
someone from the
bothered to
guild,
make their way out here.
the guild master of the
So
guild.
tell me, how's my brother Delvin? Still spending his nights at the Ragged Flagon trying to win Vex's heart? Good to hear. Tam Layabout never even bothers to send his own flesh and blood a letter saying how he's doing. Can you imagine? Anyway, I suppose you're looking for work. Well, I got bad news. This place is drier than a damn bone. Eager to make some coin, eh? That's the spirit. I'll tell you what. The guild's got a problem out here that I've been trying to deal with for years, but haven't been able to handle. Don't look at me like that. I'm all alone out here, with no one to watch my back. And besides, it's really my problem anyway. I caused it. A fellow Breton who went by the name Esmond Tyne showed up on my doorstep about a fortnight ago. He noticed the shadow marks like you did, and I thought he was one of us. That he did, right out from under my nose. Can you believe it? It's my own formula for improved bone mold. Took me years to perfect. Well, before he ran off, he was talking some nonsense about trying to fence goods to the weaklings at Castle Karstag. I told him he was crazy to even think about talking to those vicious little buggers, but he wouldn't listen. I'd bet a fat purse of coin that he's either dead or hiding out up there. You do that, and I'll make sure you're set up right. You won't be disappointed. Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs.
Why the fuck do you have a spell tome for Dread Zombie, Glover?
Tell Crescius he better give that pickaxe
My
back.
husband Vendel feared visitors would shun Raven Rock. I'm glad to see he was mistaken. My husband Vendel feared visitors would shun Raven Rock. I'm glad to see he was mistaken.
You there. You don't seem to be in quite the same state as the others here. Very interesting. May I ask what it is you're doing here? Mirak. It sounds familiar, and yet I can't quite place... Oh, wait, I recall. But that makes very little sense. Mirak's been dead for thousands of years. I'm not sure, but it is fascinating, isn't it? Perhaps it has some relation to what's going on here. Quite unexpected. I'm afraid I can't give you any answers, but there are ruins of an ancient temple of Mirax toward the center of the island. If I were you, I'd look there. Building something, clearly, and yet they don't seem to have much to say about it. I'm very interested to find out what happens when they finish. Certainly not. Doing so would interfere with whatever is going on, and I would be unable to see how this all turns out. You are too young to remember the Nerevarine. He defeated Dagorthur and saved us all from
The hero of Morrowind. Or, well, the main character of Morrowind.
Red Mountain dominates the island. Every now and then, ash and debris from an eruption land on our shores. The ignorant think it is only a place of ash and lava. It has rolling green plains and swamps and verdant hills, too. It is the only place where silt striders can be found. Although I managed to transplant a few here when I arrived.
And when the world remembers,
That's that, then.
that world will cease to be.
Care for anything from my stand today?
Your visit. I've sworn to keep Councillor Morvain safe, and I intend to take that
Always a
road
pleasure
to
to
the
watch
grave.
when
Looking for any
you
potions,
walks by.
ingredients, alchemical supplies? After we left Morrowind, we found ourselves in Skyrim. We wandered around a bit and ended up in Morthon, where we took up temporary residence with Lani, the town's alchemist. I was fascinated by her work, and over a period of a few years, she taught me quite a bit. It wasn't long before we became homesick. We were the only Dunmer in Morthon. When word reached us that a settlement of Dunmer was forming on Solstheim, we were thrilled. It's been difficult, but I'm not regretting it one bit. In fact, I'm glad we've been able to stay and help. As you can imagine, the eruption of the Red Mountain took an awful toll on Solstheim. Hunting for game has been scarce, and the waters are apparently too tainted for fishing. According to Councillor Morvain, my husband's been Raven Rock's most important food source for decades. Yes, I'm proud to say that I grow and harvest most of it myself. I only wish I had a better source for Netch Jelly. These creatures are difficult to track down since it's so dangerous beyond the bulwark. That would be splendid. I'd be more than happy to give you something for the effort.
Remember,
Careful with those netches. They may look tame, but they can seriously hurt you when threatened. Keep yourself safe.
Welcome to
Solstheim's
Raven
still a
Rock,
dangerous
traveler.
place.
Could I interest you in any fine ash-grown foods? The Dunmer have been growing food in the ashlands for thousands of years. It was born out of the necessity to survive in the harsh climate of our homeland. And now, with the constant eruptions of
Can't
the
get
Red
blood from a
Mountain,
stone, though.
it's more important than ever. No, only the Telvanni have the ability to weave living growth from the ash. This simply takes the right ingredients, the right tools, and a lot of patience. Next time you're hungry, stop by. I always have plenty of food for sale.
May your path be free from danger.
Want to buy anything, or just laugh at our misfortunes? Mining gear? No. However, I used to sell East Empire pendants until I ran out of them. Popular little item. It's an amulet that was made exclusively for
for the East Empire Company. They gave them to their workers as an incentive at one point, a kind of reward for extra effort.
Sounds better than a
They're
pizza
no longer being made,
a,
so they've
a
become
pizza party.
I'd love to get my hands on a few of them. They could be anywhere on the island. The mines might be a good place to start. If you find any while you're exploring Solstheim, bring them here, and I'll pay you for them. Bad? What if I told you that you're the first person that's even considered looking at my wares today? I've half a mind to contact my friends at the East Empire Company and see if they need an extra hand in Windhelm. Oh, absolutely.
Oh.
In fact, I've corresponded with Vittoria Vici herself more than
Am I
once.
going to be the one that tells him?
The lady who runs the East Empire Company warehouse in Solitude. The biggest warehouse. Ah, you're just like the
She's
rest
dead.
of the folks around here.
I killed her.
Mark my
I mean,
words. The East
the
Empire
Dark Brotherhood
Company will
assassin killed her.
return to Ravenlock, and when they do, I'll be at the top of their list. The question you should be asking is, what don't I sell here? Because I have pretty much any supplies you might need. If it's not a weapon, potion, or armor, then it's likely that I have it. Jarland, over at the docks, brings me most of my supplies, and the rest comes from bartering with the people in town. Oh, Glover Mallory gets me a few things once in a while. He usually has the most amazing deals that I can't pass up. The East Empire pendants are scattered all over, so leave no stone unturned.
I'll give you this warning only once. Stay out of my way,
Looking for any
and we'll do
potions?
just fine.
Ingredients?
Well,
Our
till
chemical
next
supplies.
time. Going to Outlander.
Miserable.
Look
Just
somewhere else.
miserable. Oh, I hate this.
Come on in. Just stoke the fire. Take a seat and get the cold out.
Teldrin Serro, blade for hire.
Welcome to the
If you
Retching
have
Next
the
Corner
coin,
Club, my lord.
I'm at
If
your
you need
service.
anything, Master Geldis will be happy to help you.
You look able to venture outside of town. Perhaps you could help me recover something precious that was lost. A few months ago, I had sent an important folio to the first edition bookshop in the Imperial City to be rebound. They sent it back to me recently, but it never arrived. Yes, the Strident Squall, or something like that. The damn thing sunk right off the coast of Solstheim. Can you imagine? One of the sailors survived. Poor thing crawled all the way to Raven Rock on his hands and knees. Before he died, he told the Redoran Guard about the wreck and warned us that it was going to be crawling with reavers. Thank you. You have no idea how much it hurts losing such a precious heirloom. My husband is second counselor, so you aren't here with Admiral Arano, second counselor of Raven Rock. How I hate that title. Damn fool's going to get himself killed over it someday. He's in grave danger, and yet he continues to place himself in harm's way. When I fall asleep at night, all I can do is hope he'll still be there when I awaken. This island was never meant for us. There's too much death here. I assure you, if I could convince Admiral to do that, I'd be on the next ship back to Blacklight. Unfortunately, Admiral and Councillor Morvain are very close friends, and they will never abandon one another, despite my feelings. I'm the wife of a second counselor, and certain things are expected of me. The most important thing is that I stand by Admiral no matter how I feel, and I intend to do that until we get off this miserable rock. Admiral and I lived in Blacklight, the capital city of Morrowind. House Redoran has improved Blacklight substantially over the last 1,000 years. Its grandeur rivals that of Mournhold itself. The root spire where the Council of Great Houses meet is something to behold. I haven't seen the city in over 50 years. Even for a Dunmer, that seems like an eternity. Regardless, I hope to return there someday, which doesn't seem likely given my husband's commitment to Councillor Morvain. My husband is second counselor, so I certainly have the means to reward you if you find my folio.
Anyone hiding in the corners of the bar here? Like, oh, these are just rooms to stay in. Hello, Sarah. I'll speak to you in a moment.
Welcome to the retching Netch, Outlander. What can I get you? The finest sujama to cross your lips, friend. My own personal formula that I call Sadri's Sujama.
Creative.
In fact, I've just added some new ingredients to the mixture that I think makes it taste better than ever. All I need to do is get the word out that it's ready, and they'll flock here for it. I was kind of hoping you'd say that. Here, take these samples of the Sujama and spread the word. If you get rid of all of them, there's something extra in it for you. If you're looking for there's actually a funny story behind the name, friend. A few years ago, I was walking down by the docks, and I noticed a Dunmer staggering along with a bottle of Sujama in hand. He was one of my patrons and liked to drink heavily, so I wasn't exactly surprised. But you see, this particular Dunmer was as naked as the day he was born and singing badly at the top of his lungs. As I'm watching this spectacle, a Netch floats over the bulwark towards him. The man looks straight up at the Netch, yells, "Have a drink," and tosses the bottle. And it never hit the ground. Well, the bottle broke on the Netch, and it must have swallowed its contents because it started floating sort of tilted. Finally, it stopped and began to quiver. A few moments later, the foulest liquid to ever assail your nostrils spewed from its maw. I've seen plenty of drunks in me day, and I'll tell you right now, that Netch was sick. True story, friend. True story. Coast has been dangerous lately. A lot of reavers about. I've heard they're searching for the treasure of Acnir Deathbrand, the Pirate King. With the mine shut down, there's no telling how much longer Raven Rock's going to last. Hopefully, Councillor Morvain has a plan. I heard crazy old Cressius has been sneaking in the Raven Rock mine again. At his age, he's going to get himself killed in there. The Ashspawn attacks on the bulwark are getting worse. Captain Veleth is trying his best, but I think the Redoran Guard are overwhelmed. Heard that Reekling's got a hold of Thirsk Mead Hall, forced the Nords who live there to move to a camp nearby. The Redoran Guard have spotted a pack of werewolves in the mountains. The hunters up on Frostmoon Crag want no more. Word's reached us that the dragons have returned. I wonder if we'll see them in Solstheim.
Yeah, we will.
If you've got gold on your hands, you might talk to Rallis of a call beyond Barrow. I've heard he wants to excavate the place. Haven't heard anything lately, but check back with me. You never know. Come back if you're feeling thirsty. I'll set you up right.
I work for Mogrul.
If you're dealing with me, there's only one thing to take that swill and pour it down a well.
Okay.
Until next time.
Teldrin Cerro, blade for hire. If
Welcome to the
coin.
Sorry,
I'm at your
Gildas won't allow me to drink while I'm working at the Netch. Safe travels.
Excuse me.
Want to buy anything? Geldis needs to bottle this up and send it to the mainland instead of wasting his time out here. His drinks are outstanding. Thanks. The East Empire pendants are scattered all
Welcome
over.
to Raven Rock, Traveler. Always a pleasure to taste anything Galdis comes up with. Next time you're hungry, stop by.
Looking for any potion? I should mix some of this into my next potion. Who knows what would happen? Careful with those netches. They may look dangerous.
Find my pickaxe. Perfect. I was just thinking about heading over for a drink. Thanks for saving me the trip. You tell Crash.
Let's wait until the morning.
He better give that pickaxe back to me, or else.
I've sworn. What? Oh, no, thank you. I need to keep my head clear. Remember,
Miserable. At least my father will let me drink whatever I want without complaining. Tell Geldis I appreciate it. Keep yourself safe. Solstine's still a dangerous place.
As the wife. Oh, how kind. Thank Geldis for me, won't you? My husband is second counselor, so I certainly have the means to...
Who wants booze? I got booze for you all. Booze, booze, booze. You want some booze?
There's nothing finer than Dark Elf's Jama. Like nectar it is.
What about you boys?
If you're looking for passage, Captain
Nope.
Captain I'm just a ship.
You're standing up here.
Excuse me, but the temple is for followers of our faith alone. Outsiders are...
How do you know I don't worship the gods as you do?
Get that vile liquid away from me.
Fuck you.
Non-believers are never welcome here.
You don't know if I'm a non-believer. How do you know? I never spoke to you about my faith.
Yes, sirrah. Safe travels.
Thanks. I wasn't sure I'd make it off this farm alive. I wish I could have said the same for my man here. Some of the Redoran Guard have taken to calling them Ashspawn. Me, I don't care what they're called. All I know is they're a danger to Raven Rock and they need to be stopped. I was going to search for clues that might lead me to wherever they're coming from. I know it isn't the best place to start, but we know they've been coming from this direction. Good. I can use all the help I can get. Besides, I don't feel comfortable leaving Raven Rock behind, and I'd hate to lose any more Redoran Guard. We were searching the farm when the Ashspawn ambushed us. Have a look around and see if you can turn up anything useful. No one knows, really. Superstitious folks say they're the risen forms of those that died long ago, but I'm not so certain. They started attacking the bulwark a few weeks ago. My men were able to kill them, but they keep coming back. We've had 2 other assaults on the bulwark, at different spots on the wall. I know it sounds crazy, but it's almost like they're becoming more organized and probing it for weaknesses. Exactly. Something has to be directing them against us, and we need to find out who or what it is. I don't. All I know is that the Ashspawn are coming from this direction, so this is as good a place to start as anywhere else. Good thing the farm's been abandoned for a long time. I'd hate to see what they would do to an unarmed farmer and his family. Not sure. I was told it was an old Imperial farm that was wiped out by the eruption of the Red Mountain. Not certain who lived there. It was already a pile of rubble when I arrived in Raven Rock. Report back to me if you discover anything else.
Raven Rock Stronghold. My calls for the unconditional surrender of your forces and an immediate cessation of all hostilities have been ignored numerous times. I therefore have no choice but to assume your purpose on Solstheim is hostile, and to treat Raven Rock Stronghold as an enemy of the Empire. I warn you, any attempt to breach Fort Frostmoth will be met with an equal level of aggression. I will do everything in my power to wipe you and your forces off the face of Tamriel. There will be no further communications between us. General Falx Carius.
found something. This is strange. The note says it's from General Folks Carius, but that's impossible. Well, Carius was the Imperial garrison commander at Fort Frostmouth, but he died over 200 years ago when the Red Mountain leveled the place. There's no way he could still be alive. If General Carius is still alive, there must be something keeping him that way. I need you to head out to Fort Frostmouth and check it out. I'm gonna head back to Raven Rock and prepare the men for further assaults. Be careful. This General Carius sounds out of his mind.
First, I'm going to do...
There's something you need. Sorry, never touched the stuff. Who told you that? Was it Geldis? I told that idiot not to send me anymore. It probably can't hurt to tell you. You look mostly honest. The name's Rollis. Rollis Sedaris, out of Moorhold. I've got a financier waiting for me back on the mainland. Sent me here in the interests of obtaining some rare antiquities. The relics of Arzador. But this whole thing became a disaster right quick, let me tell you. You come out of the northern Ashlands, you don't expect things to go easy, you know. But this was something outside my particular expertise. When I first got to Kolbjorn, you couldn't even see it. Buried in the ash, like most other things on this blasted island. Dug out a pile of the stuff taller than me just to find the barrel. Who knows how much to reach the door? Excavating isn't exactly my specialty. Even if it was, the ash storms fill it in faster than you can dig. You think I've got that kind of money? No, I only get paid on delivery. Can't afford to go out of pocket for 1,000 septims on this. Takes money to make money, all that rot. There's a lot of it at the other end, but I can't get there without a little kick to start it off. What are you serious? Well, I think I could make that work. We can sort out the details about an arrangement later. But for now, I'll manage the dig if you can manage the coin. Do you have the gold? It's all here. Well then, looks like I have a good bit of work to start on. I'll head back to Raven Rock and round up some diggers. Once we've got something worth looking at, I'll send word to you. Pleasure doing business with you, partner. I'll see you soon.
I was always taught to avoid these types of ruins.
This can
I
be
don't see
a
why not.
slow business. Digging takes time. Come around later and I'll have something more interesting.
No, I want to do that quest. Unmark that one. Damn, you guys got some long ass bows.
The security of both Raven Rock and Councillor Morbane is my primary concern.
My husband... Sure, got nothing better to do. May
Careful. This General Curious sounds out of his mind.
Well, tell Geldis that Miri says she really appreciates it. And don't stay away for too long.
Miserable. Just miserable.
Whatever you say, Miri. Oh my goodness.
Hate this place.
Getting a little flustered. Oh my god, it's fucking dark in here, my dude.
Cretius, last time you explored the mine, you almost fell to your death. I'm not spending the rest of my days as a widow.
And I'm telling you that I'll do whatever it takes to find my great-grandfather's remains. He's down here. I can feel it.
That was almost 2 centuries ago. There may be nothing left to find.
Just let me go, woman.
Cretius, you're an obstinate old fool, and you're going to get yourself killed. My apologies for Cretius's ravings. Well, that sounds lovely. Thank you.
You want some booze?
That foolish old man thinks he's 30 years younger than he is. He's going to get himself killed traipsing around the mine. He's convinced himself that there's some sort of conspiracy involving the East Empire Company and the mine's closure. We came across some old letters that belonged to his great-grandfather in our house, and he believes every word written in them. Cretius's great-grandfather worked for the East Empire Company. The letters mention some sort of discovery he was sent to investigate. There's really nothing remarkable in the letters. I don't know what he's so excited about.
Careful. Our footsteps will echo
Gratian
every
Corellius.
chamber and tunnel.
He was an explorer for the East Empire Company. They'd send him all over Tamriel when they had difficulties in a mining operation. Poor man. Can you imagine doing all that dangerous work just to end up dying at your own doorstep? There was a horrible accident, and he was killed when one of the tunnels collapsed. They were never even able to go down there and recover the body. The East Empire Company sealed that section off to prevent any more tragedies. Cretius is convinced it's a story cooked up by the company to cover up something else, but I don't know. My beloved is almost 80 years old, and I think the shock of finding one of his ancestors' things has left his mind a bit confused. I love him dearly, and I support everything he does, but I can't let him chase this silly idea, or he may end up joining Gratian in a rocky grave. To understand how we met one another, you have to appreciate what he's going through. Cretius is a third-generation miner. All his life, he's lived and breathed nothing else. By the time Cretius came of age, the ebony mine in Raven Rock was shut down. He took that quite hard. Our home has been in his family for over 200 years. Leaving would have been like abandoning precious memories. Instead, he stayed on Solstheim and spent most of his life prospecting for a new ebony source. Sadly, it never surfaced. A decade ago, this drove him into a deep depression. He shut himself inside his home and refused to come out. It was after refusing to allow anyone to bring him food, Councillor Morvain ordered his door to be knocked down before Cretius starved to death. I was a temple priest at the time, and they had me use my healing arts to restore strength to his ailing body. I stayed for a while and cared for him, then I suppose we fell in love. Far from it. In I'm no longer welcome there. In all honesty, it came down to a disagreement between what I believe and what Elder Othraloth believes. I'd prefer not to get into the details, but let's just say our opinions about the current status of the tribunal vary widely. Be careful out there.
Who in the blazes are you? Can't you see I'm busy? Why should I tell you? I don't even know who you are.
Well, I don't know who you are.
Maybe.
I don't know what I'm saying.
Trusting people lately. They think I'm crazy. But mark my
I mean, you kind of are. You got that kind of mustache. That's the crazy man mustache right there.
A secret the East Empire Company swept under the rug 2 centuries ago. It killed my great-grandfather and left Raven Rock with a worthless and tainted mine. Gratian Kyrelius. He spent his entire life exploring ancient ruins across Tamriel, and he died in these very mines almost 200 years ago. The East Empire Company called it a terrible accident, claiming that he was lost in a rockfall, but I know better. My wife and I were cleaning out our home, and we came across some of my great-grandfather's things locked in an old chest. I found an unsent letter he'd written to the East Empire Company, and a key. It describes a discovery that was made in the mine by some of the diggers. They wanted Gratian to take a closer look. The East Empire Company must have felt it was of great value, as they locked that section of the mine off from everyone else. It is. Well, I assume it is. I haven't been able to find the entrance. Finally, someone who believes me. I'm telling you, there's something big down there. Something that the East Empire Company wanted to hide from everyone. Look, my wife nags that I'm too old to go traipsing around these mines chasing my story. Time's my enemy. It's caught up with me before I could find the answers that I'm looking for. I do. I want to know what happened to Gratian, and what the East Empire Company is keeping from all of us. Gratian kept a journal of notes about his discoveries. If you can find his remains, I'm hoping it will help. Here's everything I have. The letter, the key. Please, do this for me, so I can finally regain the respect that I've lost. Look, I know I don't have much to go on. I have that unsent letter, and that's really it. But I also have a miner's instinct that's run in my family from before Gratian was even born. I may sound like a crazy old man to you, but I'm telling you, the tunnels here are solid. They would never collapse like that. She thinks that old age has addled my mind, that I'm seeing things when there's nothing to be seen. I realize she cares about me, but she has to understand that I can't rest until I find out what happened to Gratian. Then I'll settle down peacefully and never set foot in this mine again. I've been waiting for this moment for a long time, even before I discovered Gratian's old things. I just hope both of you don't mistake my enthusiasm for insanity. The damn fool doesn't even deserve to have it. The pickaxe was made for mining, not selling. I'll bet he stole it from the Skull in the first place. Oh, very well. Here, tell him I hope he drops the thing on his foot. Be careful. Down there. The mine can be treacherous.
So, is there an East Empire pendant up here? No. I think there is one down in the mine, though. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Spider. Shit. Fuck. Fucking balls. There we go. First try. They moved at the last second. That's cheating.
Who's there? Thrilling gameplay right here. Indeed, indeed. Give me fucking balls. God damn it.
fucking see. What? Wait a minute, did I miss his body? No, I haven't gotten to it yet, right? Holy shit. Nope, I don't want fucking pickaxe.
Are you seeing this? It's fantastic.
Received a letter from the East Empire Company today. They say that some of the miners broke through the wall in Shaft 3 of Raven Rock Mine and found some ruins. I hope this isn't another waste of time like that fiasco they sent me to in Cyrodiil. I'll gather my assistant, Milius, and sail back to Raven Rock at first light. It'll be nice to see the old house in Source time again. Bishop, hello. Finally arrived on Raven Rock and was surprised at the number of Dark Elf refugees living in town. Not really from mine and stock, but I think they'll make fine workers one day. Milius and I spent a good part of the day clearing the ash off of the roof of my house. That damn volcano is still erupting almost day and night. If it wasn't for the ash covering everything, it would almost look beautiful. Milius and I are headed into Raven Rock Mine to have a look at whatever it is the miners uncovered. I think I'll stop by the old swing and scoop and pick up a few supplies before we head down. Couldn't hurt to be prepared. Looks like the miners broke right through the wall of an old Nordic barrow. I've seen this sort of thing in Skyrim before. Damn nodes of barrows dotting the landscape, and almost none of them are ever marked on any maps. Looks like this barrow belongs to something called the Bloodskull clan. I'm gonna take some rubbings of the inscriptions on the tombs and see if I can't learn some more information from my history books. It's been a few days and I can't find even a single mention of this clan anywhere. Milius and I decided to proceed ahead. We've come to a drop-down point, but I can see a massive chamber below. It took the better part of a day to lower everything down and climb down the almost sheer drop. It's been an astonishing day of discovery. After exploring the large chamber beyond the drop-off, I was startled to find the strangest weapon I've ever laid eyes upon sitting on a pedestal of sorts. The blade appears to be flawless and is emitting a faint, chilling glow. Bits of parchment I found about the chamber seem to call this the Bloodskull blade. Not certain if I should remove it yet. I think I'll sleep on it. I've decided against my own better judgment to remove the Bloodskull blade from its pedestal. Amelia seems completely against it, but we need to bring this wondrous artifact with us when we find a way out of the barrow. I should have listened to Milius. The moment the blade was lifted, we were set upon by Draga. Milius fought bravely, but he fell. I was able to destroy the remaining ones, but I was badly wounded. I can barely stand. My only chance would be finding a way out of this place, but I fear that I am trapped. Exploring has been slow. I can only move for maybe a few minutes at a time before I have to rest. My supplies are running low, and I'm feeling weaker by the hour. The only progress I've made is finding a strange door with markings on it that I've never seen. There appears to be something to them I'm missing, as they've confounded my attempts at getting through. I'll have to study this further in order to make any progress. Barely can keep awake. I'm fairly certain that the key to the door involves the use of the Bloodskull blade. When swinging the weapon, I'm noticing a ribbon of mystical energy emanating from it. I think by swinging the sword in different directions, it's possible to manipulate this ribbon and solve whatever puzzle this door represents. I hope to get well enough to put this to the test soon. Each swing is a huge effort. I've lost track of time and my strength is fading. I can't even stand anymore. My wounds refuse to heal. I'm afraid this tomb will become my resting place. If anyone finds this journal, please send these notes to my superiors at the East Empire Company and tell my wife that I love her. May RK guide me to my final rest. Wait. This goes up to over 100 damage. This does a lot of damage. I wonder if I can upgrade this to be better than my Dragon Bone. Oop. Ow. Ow. Oh, I know. Yep, there's the bitch. I missed. Well, I'd say we got him, lads. I'd say we got him. Careful, there are traps. No shit. I couldn't tell, Bishop. I couldn't tell. Well, the way out is that way. Oh, and I do believe I'll see a black book waiting for me over here. The winds of change. Oh no, not the tentacles. I think I've seen this video before. Whoa! Whoa! Okay, whoa, Nelly. How would you fight me on land, you bitch? Over here, big guy. I'm gonna start shooting you. Thank you. Scholars Insight. Reading skill books gives you an extra skill point. Well, the problem with this is that I no longer... Back shouts. Companion Insight. Better be the best damn lover out there. I wouldn't know. That's a question I also wonder, Bishop, but there's no way for me to find that. What's up, Zarana? Where the fuck's Arania? Demoted below friend zone. Companion. To some people, companion would be held in higher regard than friend. Companion can even be used as a term for lover.
Can I help you?
You are my companion through life. Have you ever thought of it that way? Bishop?
Lead on then.
Can't get rid of him.
Never should have come here.
Confessions of a Dunmer Skooma Eater. That is my book now. How about new? Okay, my magic does no damage. Dude, I don't even know how to get to you, my dude. Look, Baron, I'm not arguing that these towers are falling to pieces, but I think you're exaggerating about the planks falling. Ah! Sick! So speech, no. Lockpicking, no. Sneak. Shit. Let's look to... Here, that's full. Conjuration. Let's wait a bit. I believe one of the chests is over here for the... Or do they not appear until you pick up the key? They don't appear until you pick up the key. Okay. Bishop, hello. Do you want me to fucking slurp my drink so you can hear that I did what you want me to do? There you go. I was about to slurp and then I choked on the water. There you go. Glad you didn't. I'm also glad about that, you know? I kinda... Living is okay.
If you ever need apothecary supplies, talk to my wife, Milora.
Find my
You could just do
pickaxe
the
yet?
Coca-Cola I mean, yeah.
Mallory's the name. If you're looking... So, you finally tracked down old Cretius, eh? Quite a character, isn't he?
But I could have been lying about the
Since
you
went
wouldn't have
through all
known.
the trouble of
I am an
finding
actor
information
after
and
all.
you keep it. I just wanted to remind that codger you can't just go around taking
I just know.
things
Is
from
that an
other
ebony
people.
sword or is that a
Now
sword
that
from the
you've delivered
blades,
message,
Glover? I
I'm
can't
satisfied.
tell.
Besides, that pickaxe hasn't done me any good in years. Maybe you can put it to good use. Bring your weapons and armor to me. I'll fix it up right.
Thought you were a dragonborn? Yes. Are you saying the dragonborn can't have multiple pursuits in life? You would limit me to one role?
Showered in sparks, or you're looking for something to buy. Out with it.
Come on in. Just stoke the fire. Take a seat and get the cold out.
Miserable. Just
Welcome
miserable.
to the wretched...
Oh, I
Perfect.
hate this place.
All that's left now is to go ahead and wait for the patrons to come in. As promised, here's a little something for yourself.
Keep yourself safe.
Come back
Solstine's
if
still
you're
a dangerous
thirsty.
place.
I'll set you up right.
Why? Never seen a veteran guard before?
Can I help you?
You're back. Please, tell me what you found. Let me see that. Huh, I knew it. Gratian's death wasn't because of a rockfall. It was just a story to keep people away from the tombs. Now that I have his journal in hand, I can get some closure from the East Empire Company. Make them pay for lying to everyone. Thank you. Now, I believe I owe you a little more than a debt of gratitude for all that work you did. Here, it's not much, but it's the best an old retired miner can do. Those cowards left decades ago. Every single damned one of them. The moment the ebony mine dried up, they pulled up stakes. Ridiculous. Well, you know it as well as I do. Raven Rock Mine wasn't empty at all. It's still rich in ebony ore. I come from 3 generations of miners, and I couldn't get anyone to believe me. Well, we showed them, didn't we? Our home has stood in Raven Rock since the colony was founded. Gratian helped build it with his own 2 hands. After Gratian died, he left behind a wife and a son. My grandfather, Relicus. Relicus lived there for quite a long time, working in the other sections of the mine until he was slain by Reavers. I never knew my father. My mother and I always lived alone. I asked her about him many times, but she seemed angry and refused to speak about him. So eventually, I let it go. When I was old enough, I began working in the mine, hoping to make my fortune and eventually move to the Imperial City. Unfortunately, yes. I only had enough coins saved to send one of us back to the Imperial City. So I sent my mother alone. I wanted her to see her homeland before she died. Until I met my darling Aphia, yes. I suppose you could have called me a bitter old hermit. Now I'm just old.
Same.
Mark my words. Raven Rock
Allow me
isn't
to
finished.
apologize for Crucius's
See,
behavior.
do you guys?
Maybe he
You
hasn't been
do
himself
have.
lately.
Or did someone fuck a Dragoose? I mean, you can call me Donkey from Shrek, my guy. If you want the actual in-lore reason, though, I think the Dragonborn is just chosen by Akatosh. But it also has to do with the blood because the Septim line of emperors who descend from Tiber Septim, they they are also technically Dragonborn. They lit the dragon fire. Like, there needed to be... The plot of Oblivion is that when the last of the Septim Dynasty dies, then the Daedra are able to more directly interact with the world with their Oblivion gates. And so they needed Dragonborn blood to keep the Daedra from breaking in. But then through the sacrifice of Sean Bean, the last living son of Emperor Uriel Septim, Patrick Stewart, God, I still cannot believe they had fucking Patrick Stewart and fucking Sean Bean for the main story of Elder Scrolls Oblivion. God, they need to remaster Oblivion. I can't believe they haven't. In that story, the Emperor's last living son ends up sacrificing himself to... And he ends up being like... He ends up like going full like dragon... It's really fuck. The finale to Oblivion is actually... The finale to Oblivion is an amazing set piece battle. Like, if that thing were to be... Like, if they were to give that the Mass Effect 3 space battle cinematic treatment, I'm gonna be honest, that Oblivion scene was fucking amazing. That Oblivion scene would be like the best scene in gaming. I fucking... That seems like... I've only beaten Oblivion 2 or 3 times maybe at most. And that scene is just so... Just sticks in your head, man. It's so good. But yeah, in his sacrifice, the Septim's final sacrifice, they've made it so that the dragon fires no longer need to be lit to keep the Daedra out of Tamriel, out of Nirn. But with the arrival of a new Dragonborn, I wonder... I am so curious how they're gonna handle the fucking Dragonborn in Elder Scrolls 6. Like the ramifications of another Dragonborn existing. Like, this is... I think, canonically speaking, I don't think there really is a mortal person that can be more powerful than the Dragonborn, based on the knowledge I have of Elder Scrolls. Because, like, the other gods don't really... Like, he is literally, like, I think, chosen by Akatosh, who is the chief deity of the divines of Tamriel. The Dragonborn is chosen, essentially, by Akatosh to have the power of the dragons, which are... The dragons are creations of Akatosh, because Akatosh is also like the dragon god. And so, like... And I think in universe, the last time there was a known Dragonborn was Tiber Septim, the man that went and conquered all of Tamriel and formed the Septim Empire. I'm gonna be like, Oblivion really isn't. It honestly hasn't aged that poorly. Yeah, it looks kind of fucking bad. But gameplay-wise, it plays pretty much just like Skyrim. And some people think there are... the lockpicking, I don't really care for in Oblivion. Some people actually like it more than they like Skyrim's lockpicking because it's more difficult, you could say. So yeah. I mean, the dialogue in Oblivion is also super janky, though. So that's another negative to it. But the main story of Oblivion is... I love Skyrim, but the main story of Oblivion is the best main story. Anyone want some apple cabbage stew? Really? The lustier... Okay. Lustier, of course. Of course. You know, you gotta have a copy of the Lusty Argonian in me. Fucking hell. Dude, I wonder if they're gonna make another volume of the Lusty Argonian made for their Scrolls 6. Wait, I really don't understand why they haven't remastered Oblivion. Because it's not, it really wouldn't be, like, yeah, they'd have to put more effort into updating the graphics, but it is the same exact engine as Skyrim's engine. It is, the combat is exactly the same. The only things that are different is the skill tree system. They have a star sign system. Like, the skills are the only... The skills and the magic, I think, are like the biggest differences. I'd fuck a dragon if it gave me magic. Dude. If I could get magical powers and I just have to fuck something? Damn right I would. If it's a guarantee magic powers, you just gotta bang a thing. Here I come. But then the US government will most likely arrest me and experiment on me, and you know what, that's just traumatic for everyone, and I don't know if I want that. Roldov, light and strength. I feel your words are not your own, and I worry dearly for your health. I beg of you, please depart that blessed isle and return to solitude at once. My nights have been almost impossible to bear without you. To lose you would be the death of me. My love, if you do not return soon, I will come for you beyond offer. Were one of you beyond offer? Feeling neither of you were beyond offer. I've arrived in Salt time, and I've moved into an old house on the hill by the shore. Whoever lived here before is long gone. I can see well out into the waters from my vantage here, and can hear all things behind and around. Dunmer bandits wander the woods at night, but I do not fear them. There's a calling from the depths, a rumble drone that sings to me at night. I've started sleeping in the basement, plus keeping a knife near. The call is loudest down here. I will to be ready for whatever is coming. It is as if a great machine reverberates beneath me. I tire of waiting for the caller underneath to emerge. I walked to town, bought some digging tools, shovel, pick. I started to break down the wall behind this bookshelf and dig down slow going. I put the bookshelf back when I finished digging. Why? No house guests here, but I feel I have something to hide. How can I make Bjorn hear what I have heard? I must not lose him, yet I must remain in this place, for I know I will know the truth soon. The murmur in the earth and I, we talk. I lay my head against the dirt. Fire from the deep. I believe he has gone cuckoo. For Cocoa Puffs. Gotta always pick up a copy of the Lusty Argonian Maid. Excuse me, Serrano. Bjorn, do not come to this place. I have not much stuff left. The earth will take us both. Was he killed by his lover? Assuming that's what happened. Why did this place make him go crazy?
The Twilight Watchers, of course.
Oh wait, no, give me my pendants.
Lead on, and I shall follow.
There be an East Empire pendant down in the waters here. I must search. I must look. I must seek. Nope. Come for a bitch named General Falx Carius.
Men, an invader has entered the fort. Prepare yourselves for an ambush. Lord Frostmoth will never fall. Long live the Empire!
Oh god, my fire damage does nothing. Hello? Wasn't there someone up here? Did you fall? Ooh, what's over here? Damn. This Imperial armor hasn't rusted yet? Impressive. I want to make sure we don't miss the East Empire pendant in this location. Oh, yes. Whoa! Ah!
I knew I knew it.
These spiders are for the thingy you can find. It's a thingy. You can find a thingy for those spiders. Oh my god, look at all the mead, the cheese, the brandy, the spiced wine. Booze galore.
Show yourself.
It's been almost a month since unearthing the crypt at Fort Frostmoth, and I haven't seen a single spark of life in the General's remains. Grafting the heartstone to the subject is proving much more difficult than I originally anticipated. I've used almost every method I can think of, and still there's no sign of reanimation. At this rate, it could be years before I make any progress, which is time that I just cannot afford right now. If my vengeance is to come to fruition, I need results. If not, I may need to resort to more drastic measures. It finally appears that I am making some progress. After my latest experiment, General Carius's eyes briefly opened and he moved his arms. It lasted for less than a few moments, but it's the first sign of progress I've seen since I arrived here. A few of my assistants were insisting that I was imagining things, but I dismissed them for their insolence. They won't be bothering anyone ever again. General Carius awoke fully today. He bolted upright after my incantations and began staggering around like a blind man. He seemed to ignore my commands. In fact, hearing my voice seemed to increase his hostility. I was able to remove the heartstone before he became violent, but this isn't a result that I expected. Even though he's able to be awakened, I feel as though the real work has just begun. The general is still unable or unwilling to listen to my commands. He is acting increasingly paranoid and appears to have his own free will. He is convinced that I am a spy or the enemy, and I've had to restrain him to prevent him from outright attacking me. This is becoming intolerable. I am beginning to wonder if someone with a heartstone can be commanded at all. If my experiments with General Carius fail, I may have to resort to self-experimentation, something I've been avoiding for a long time. Jon Snow? I cannot... You... Those are three I cannot impersonate voices. I could do... Palpatine, I could maybe do for a page. It wouldn't be a good Palpatine, but I could maybe do it for a page before my voice decided to want to die. Shrek I cannot do. Daedric sword. I think this is the first time we found a Daedric. What? That's a shitty looking sword. Well, it doesn't look super fantastical. It looks more realistic. Jon Snow. Oh. God, I'd have to be so brooding, man. I don't know if I can do that level of brooding. I'm trying to even think of how you would you do a Jon Snow voice. I am terrible at doing voices.
I don't like the look of this.
Oh shit. This weapon is so overpowered. Oh, wait, this changed. 50% chance? I thought it was a guaranteed. Okay.
What do you need, God? Of course.
I'm not gonna give you the champion's cudgel. That is my weapon. Actually. Uh-oh.
It's the least I can do.
Yeah, you can hold it for a little bit, but you don't get to keep it, Arania. I'm gonna want it back. Heartstone, this is new. Never... Can't remember, actually. Picking up the fucking Heartstone.
Let's go.
I'm gonna save after that. I don't believe I found the East Empire pendant yet for this location. Where could you be? Oh shit. My dear Selina, it has been a difficult day. General Carius ordered us to help the laborers shore up the walls since they are starting to show their age. It was back-breaking work, but without the extra support, those walls wouldn't stand up to a siege. Some of the men are grumbling about the task, but I don't agree with them. The general knows what's best for Fort Frostmoth, and I would follow him to oblivion and back if he asked. There's a supply ship due on Solstheim in a few weeks, and I hope to send you all these daily letters I've been writing. I hope you enjoy reading them as much as I enjoy writing them. I miss you, Selina, and I cannot wait to see you when my time on Solstheim is through. Yours always, Maximian Axius. Oh, wait, hold on. We gotta read his second letter. While reading the third, where did it go? My dearest Selina, Euphemius was killed this morning by one of those awful rakelings. We were escorting a supply wagon from Fort Frostmoth to Raven Rock when a war party of those bastards ambushed us from the cliffs. We fought them off, but poor Euphemius was impaled by one of their spears. The healers at the fort couldn't do anything for him, and I watched him slip away as I held his hand. I don't know how much longer I can stand being here. My loyalty to the Empire and the strong words General Carius delivers to us at each morning muster are the only things keeping me going. The supply ship should arrive tomorrow, and I promise to give the quartermaster my letters so they can finally be sent home. Give my love to the children. Yours always, Maximian Axius. My dearest Selina, the supply ship due in Solstheim hasn't arrived yet, and no one knows what's happened to it. I'll keep writing these letters in hopes that they can be delivered to you one day. It is awful being isolated on Solstheim like this, but General Carius keeps telling us we need to maintain Fort Frostmoth for the good of the Empire. I believe what he's saying only because he's never led us down the wrong path in the past. But I'm wondering if anyone on the Imperial Council even gives a damn about this pile of rock. 4 soldiers have died in the last 2 years at Fort Frostmoth. It almost seems as though the Empire takes us all for granted and expects us to sit out here and get chipped away at like the rock inside the mines. My posting here cannot end soon enough. Yours always, Maximian Axius. My dearest Selina, this is my last letter. I don't know if you'll ever get any of them, but I'll keep them on me in case I am ever found. Something happened here, Selina. It was horrible. Something's happened at the Red Mountain, but I cannot describe it. It's as if hundreds of Oblivion gates opened at once at its summit, and it's spitting fire and death in all directions. Fort Frostmoth has been completely destroyed. The walls crumbled like loose dirt, and the land is on fire. Everything around me smells of ash and of death. I do not know where anyone is. I've been trapped in one of these lower sections of the fort, and I don't expect to be rescued anytime soon. I miss you, Selina. I want to hold you and the children in my arms and tell you that everything is going to be fine. But I don't think that will ever happen. Give my love to Syracuse and Atia for me. Tell them their father died bravely defending the Empire so they can hold their heads high when they speak of me one day. And you, my love, when you close your eyes at night, think of me so my spirit can finally come home. Yours always and forever, Maxium Axius, 3rd of Sun's Dawn, 4th Era, 05. Well, that was depressing. Now, where the fuck is that? I thought it was like around. Aha, there it is. Shit. Shit. Moving along.
What news do you bring from Fort Frostmoth? I had my suspicions that he was undead. How else could he have survived for over 200 years?
He's just built different.
It's a shame. There are quite a few tales of General Curious's exploits, including the founding of Raven Rock. Councillor Morvain told me to give this to you if you made it back in one piece. And you got rid of General Curious. Better than a soldier's pay, so you should be thankful. I'm sorry to bother you.
Damn, 7,000 septum.
Find you. He said it's quite urgent. All he wanted me to do is track you down and send you to him. Look, this is important. Even more important than wiping out the ash spawn. Please, go speak to the second counselor as soon as possible.
Right. Yeah, I don't know how you stand it.
If you're dealing with me, there's only one thing to remember.
Thank you for coming.
You're welcome.
After everything you've already done for Ravenrock, I hate to ask for more, but I can't risk Councillor Morvain being killed. The Ulan family of House Lalu, a rival great house, has placed a death mark on the Councillor's head.
Care for anything from my stand today?
It's a private matter. Let's just say they seek revenge for the execution of one of their own, ordered by Councillor Morvain himself. The problem is I don't have any solid proof that anyone from House Lalu is hidden among us. Only my suspicions. May be justified, but it certainly isn't appreciated. Councillor Morvain simply feels that I'm being paranoid. I'm afraid that one day I'll awaken and discover him dead. And I don't want it to come to that. I do. I've received some information from my sources that there could be elements of Ulan's house, House Lalu, already in Ravenrock. Ravenrock is a small settlement, so it's hard to accomplish anything in secret. If any of them is from House Lalu, I wouldn't be able to make a move without them knowing.
I got those special poisons you
I had a feeling you'd be willing to listen to me. I need you to start out by being my eyes and ears. Search Ravenrock. See if you can root out these traitors. The best place to start would be Geldis Sadri, over at the Retching Netch Corner Club. If he provides you any leads, check them out before bringing them to my attention. Can't afford to make any mistakes. Traitors. The lot of them. Their collaboration with the Empire may have given them unrivaled political and economic strength, but their hearts weren't with the Dunmer people. Lalu deserved every bit of hatred they received once the Empire released its grasp on Morrowind. Having past ties to the Empire immediately turned them into the scapegoat for the Dunmer people's suffering. They had welcomed the Empire with open arms and benefited from it. When everything was said and done, they were no longer recognized as a great house and were dismissed from the council. You might think it's all perfume and roses now that the mine's open. But all I see is a new security problem on our hands. Making sure those shipments at Ebony make it safely from the mine to the shipping docks is my new order of the day. And with Solstheim crawling with Reavers and Azora knows what else, I can't risk any attacks on Ravenrock. I maintain a few contacts in other Dunmer settlements across Tamriel. Most hail from House Redoran, but there are a few from other houses. Most of my contacts live leagues away from Solstheim. Sending the occasional message back and forth is all we can manage, and sometimes takes months or more to arrive. However, any information we can glean in times like this, I consider vital to House Redoran's survival. During the Oblivion Crisis, gates to the Plane of Oblivion opened all over Morrowind. The Empire pulled most of its forces out of Morrowind to deal with the gates in their own homeland, leaving us virtually defenseless. We had no standing army at the time, just uncoordinated pockets of resistance. House Redoran took charge and was slowly able to build an army. It took years, but it became a force to be reckoned with. When the Argonians invaded years later, House Redoran's army was able to prevent them from sweeping across all of Morrowind. It would be fair to say that House Redoran literally saved the Dunmer people from destruction. Well, you can trust Gelders. He's been with us for a long time.
I trust you're not planning any trouble. What can I do for you, friend?
You've brought Ravenrock back from the brink, traveler. You have? You have no idea what this means to me, to my family. Reclamations bless you. Well, you've certainly proven your worth around here to me. Please, accept this gift as a token of my appreciation. Good journey, traveler.
Ring of Invigoration. Now, do you guys have a,
We've got our arms.
May I have a word with you, counselor? Let's get going.
What troubles you?
I was concerned about our food stores. Jallan can only carry so much on each journey.
Aha, there it is. Councillor Morvain, while I appreciate the urgency of the situation on source time, I'm afraid that I cannot approve the request for supplies and funds at this time. This is nothing personal, Errol. Your island is one of 74 outlying settlements of Morrowind at this time. House Redoran must rank these outposts in terms of economic and strategic importance. We have limited coin in our coffers to send to these settlements, so we have to decide which ones take precedence. Unfortunately, source time is very low on the list. I'm doing everything I can for you. All I ask is that you hang on a little longer. Councillor Morvain, below are the results of the survey you requested. The bulwark needs extensive repair. Ash is beginning to seep through the cracks inside the barracks and weaken the structure. Repairs to the docks have been completed. We can now accommodate 2 ships at once if need be. We've lost a total of 26 Redoran Guard in the last 2 years. We've seen 10 replacements in the last 5. That's been no improvement in the condition of the water around the island. While there are fish still present, there are nowhere near enough to sustain us as a fishing town. As you can see, we are in desperate need of relief. Sorry to be the bearer of such bad news, but I'm only doing as you requested, Adra.
We've stopped.
If you're looking for the East Empire,
Keep moving.
Okay, I just want... Rude.
I work for Mogrel. You got a problem, you talk to him.
welcome to the Retching Netch Corner Club, home of the finest Sue Jammer that will ever grace your lips. How do you think? It's a blessing. I've got regular paying customers again. Thirsty workers at the end of the day, and more coin than I can count. Words reached us that the nothing specific, but I'm hearing rumblings of assassins living amongst us. I think they intend to target Councillor de Morvain, but I can't be certain. Well, well, Adril's got himself a spy, does he? Azura knows he needs all the help he can get. He's been chasing the Ulans for years now. No, I just think he's going about this the wrong way. Actually, I do. If you want to catch those slippery slaughterfish, you need to let them come to you. There's an Ulan ancestral tomb near the temple. Someone's been leaving ash yam offerings on the altar inside. If you were to wait inside for whomever that is, I'm betting they'll have some of the answers you're looking for. What makes you think I haven't? Anytime Adril and the Redarin Guard made a move, the Ulans must have been one step ahead and didn't show up. You can thank me if it works. Until then, I'd head to the tomb and wait until your visitor shows up. Come back any time. When the Dunmer is laid to rest, the body is burned and returned to the ashen soil. Since the ash yam is born of the very same soil, it represents rebirth and renewal, the fact that life ends and begins anew. Back in 95, Vila Ulin came to Raven Rock with a plan to take over our town. The Fetcher thought he could stir up the locals and use them against the Redarin Guard, and then murder Consular Morvain when we weren't looking. He arrived alone, but spread enough coin around to start changing people's minds. Half the bloody town joined his side. Can you believe that? He underestimated the Redarin Guard. They were organized and brought a swift end to the coup. Vila tried to run, but he was caught by Captain Veleth himself. Vila Ulin was executed a short time later, and his remains placed in the Ulin ancestral tomb. Safe travels, Outlander.
Else I'll send you back to Skyrim in a crate. You understand me?
Yes, sir. If you're dealing with me, there's only one
This is House Redarin. You do well to remember.
Ah, excuse me. I didn't realize there was anyone else here. I presume the same thing you're doing, leaving an offering for the departed. Forgive my surprise. It's just that I wouldn't expect that sort of behavior from someone who isn't Dunmer. Since there aren't any Ulans left on this island, I've taken it upon myself to leave the traditional offering in their stead. What do you mean? I thought I was clear. I'm simply honoring a fellow departed Dunmer. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'd like to meditate a bit. Please, I don't wish to be disturbed while I'm meditating.
Head over. You lost?
You've brought Raven Rock back from the
I
brink,
hope
traveler.
Tell us.
I don't know how to thank you.
Are you sure? So Geldus's plan worked, eh? Every time we tried it, no one would ever show up. If Telesu's involved in any sort of plot to harm Councillor Morvain, I'm going to need hard evidence to prove it. I'm not kicking down anyone's door until I have solid evidence in hand. If you're wrong about Telesu, things would quickly go downhill around here, and the real culprits might slip away. I can't afford for that to happen. If you have evidence and it places your life in peril, I would expect you to do whatever you must to keep yourself alive. Here, this key should open the front door of the manor in case they've locked it. Good luck. Telesu is wife to the family patriarch Vendel. They have a single child, a daughter named Miri. They arrived here 10 years ago and have been nothing but a benefit to Raven Rock ever since. They are quite wealthy and they've been quite generous by sharing their fortune with the community. They've contributed coin, food, supplies, even helped repair a few of the buildings in town with their own hands. People have mentioned it's a bit odd about how close in age Mary appears to be to her father, but that's hardly a cause for alarm. Just make sure you find solid evidence. If I accuse them without it, I'll be the laughing stock of the colony. Villa Ulen wasn't the first Ulen to live in Raven Rock. His father, Valen Ulen, was one of the first Dunmer to settle here. Unlike his son Villa, Valen was a good man. He contributed to the community and was quite respected. When Valen died, his family provided the funds to construct the tomb. The Ulen family being a part of House Lalu didn't matter. It's Dunmer's tradition for the ashes of the deceased to be placed in an ancestral tomb. Valen Ulen and his son's remains were both laid to rest there because that's what he'd requested.
I'm gonna see if you can do this without killing. Oh. If a high enough sneak level can do it without killing them. I'm gonna do that.
Careful. If the Severans... Did you find any...
Squatting isn't tolerated in the abandoned buildings. If you need a place to stay, head to the...
Uh-oh.
That noise. I'm not alone.
Well, I missed. I missed again. Ooh, man. Where can he land? Really? Damn, it got dark real quick. Dear Councillor Selden, in a matter of days I believe we will be ready. Our forces hidden within Ashfallow Citadel have been training night and day, ready to strike when we give the signal. With Captain Velith distracted by the Ashbon attacks, the timing seems perfect. I have waited nearly a decade to exact my revenge upon Lero Morvain for the death of my ancestor, and I long for the moment my blade will be drawn across his throat. The next letter you will receive from me will include his head in a sack. Display it proudly in the halls of House Lalu, brother, Vendel Ulen. I've never stealthed that one.
Come on in. We got warm food, warm drinks, and warm beds.
Did you find any evidence? Then we finally have them. All that remains now is chasing them down and bringing them to justice. Good. I'm going to send two of the best Redoran Guard we have to take them down. I want you to assist them any way you can.
Have any kinfolk?
Just a brother.
See that you
Lives in
do.
Riften.
We can't afford to let these traitors slip away.
What's his trade? He a blacksmith as well?
Ashfallow Citadel's been abandoned for a long time.
Finds things people
Ready for that?
I will not be hitting there right away. Most likely. Yeah, it's on the opposite side.
So the stories are true. The dragons have returned. But why?
Because I exist.
With the Ashbourne threat taken care of, I can give my men the rest they deserve. Well done, friend. It can be. Even the most experienced warriors can fall prey to petty distractions. They usually didn't amount to much, but they make my job that much harder. Some of my own men have become quite accustomed to a spirit they called Emberbrand wine. Despise the stuff myself. It's powerful and tremendously addicting. I've seen men fail to finish even a single flask. If I knew where they were stashing the bottles, I'd put an end to it myself. You would? That would be helpful. I just don't have time to do it myself right now. They're too smart to have left it in the bulwark. I'd search one of the abandoned houses on the outskirts of town. I've had to muster some more men to protect the mine, but I don't really have a problem with that. Second Councillor Arano is concerned that once word reaches the Reavers that the mine has reopened, they might think about paying us a visit. I say let them try. My men are ready for them. All of the soldiers in this town are Redoran Guard. Some of the best warriors that House Redoran has to offer. I've spent quite a few years honing their skills, and I can assure you they're not just your average city guard. To protect Councillor Morvain, of course. He has quite a few friends on the council back in Morrowind, and they wanted to ensure his safety while he was here. Other than that, I'm not at liberty to discuss it. Ah, this is bone mold armor. Quite impressive, wouldn't you say? It's fashioned from actual bone that's been reinforced with a resin-like material and then shaped to form the armor plating. It might appear brittle, but I'd wager it could stop the blow of a weapon better than iron or steel. Find me that stash of wine.
Anyone in chat see any clips from the TikTok meeting, the TikTok CEO meeting with the totally bright members of Congress? It's fucking embarrassing, man. My fucking god. Does the app connect to Wi-Fi? No shit. Jesus Christ. The thing is, I'd love to see someone do the numbers, like, for, like, how many people are the Congress members that are up there representing? Right, because, like, if you do the math, I think what Democratic representatives in both Congress and the House represent more than, like, I think around double the amount of people the Republicans represent. Because cities.
Yes, champ. What do you need?
What am I this. But also, it's like, why? If you're going to have an investigation on something like this, maybe the people, you know, doing this hearing, they should all be people that have lived the majority of their lives in the internet age. Just maybe. Just a suggestion. Stormfang. That's such a cool fucking name. One thing that I think they made a mistake of doing with this DLC is telling us right away that Mirak was another Dragonborn. I think they should have left that a mystery. Like, you come here to Solstheim and suddenly outside of his temple, boom, you're seeing the skeletons of dragons, and now you're wondering, something's up. And then you meet Mirak, and it's like, whoa! Motherfucker's a Dragonborn. I don't know, I feel like that would have been a cool reveal. Altar of Thrond. Oh, hag ravens. Shit.
What do you need, Guardian? It's the least I can do. We can never rest easy.
I tried to watch more clips of the fucking hearing, but I couldn't bring myself to. The moment I heard that question, I was like, nah. And they wouldn't even let the man fucking speak. Like, you could also clearly see the racism. My God. The man was born in Singapore and educated in the United Kingdom and US. Like, I don't see a problem. And then he even said, he was like, yeah, no, China doesn't talk to me. Doesn't tell me what to do. So, like, that was the basis of concern for fucking Congress. And
You there. What brings you to this place?
oh no,
Why
she's
you-
hot.
I am Freya of the Scar. I am here to either save my people or avenge them. I am unsure. Something has taken control of most of the people of Solstein. It makes them forget themselves and work on these horrible creations that corrupt the stones, the very land itself. My father, Storm, our shaman, says Mirak has returned to Solstein, but that is impossible. Then you and I both have reason to see what lies beneath us. Let us go. There is nothing more I can do here. The tree stone and my friends are beyond my help for now. We need to find a way into the temple below. Olmec, protect me!
Blocked it, you bitch.
The evil in this place must be rooted out. His story is as old as Solstheim itself.
He served the dragons before their fall from power, as most did. A priest in their order. But unlike most,
You would dare to
he
trespass
turned against
in
them.
these ruins.
He made his own path, and his actions cost him dearly. The stories say he sought to claim Solstein for himself, and the dragons destroyed him for it. We have lived on Solstein for many generations. Our people are tied to the land itself. We try to serve the All-Maker, to live in balance with nature, instead of exploiting it, as others would. There are few of us left unaffected by this curse. My father Storm, the shaman, protects them in the village. I fashioned an amulet to guard me against whatever has taken hold of the skull, but it is the only one of its kind. If I cannot find a way to save them, there is no hope for our people. We must find out what is it worth. Are you ready to help me now? We should not delay. We should check these rooms for supplies before heading further into the temple.
Crispy. How goes her? Chanting 92. Ooh, so I can only... Conjuration has to be used in combat then? Oh, yep.
We must be careful in these rooms. Traps can be anywhere, and there will likely be many. Mirak was trying to take power and protect himself in the process. I do not wish to imagine the kinds of things that happened in this chamber. Who are the poor souls trapped in these cages? What tortures did they suffer at Mirak's hands? Was it in service to the dragons, or for his own purposes? Look up. What was that?
Sit back down, bitch.
Careful. Our footsteps will echo in every chamber and tunnel.
Ronnie, could you repeat that louder? You're telling me to be stealthy, but you're the one being pretty loud. Serana? She ain't saying shit. Oh. I know, I'm pretty amazing, aren't I? Wait a minute.
Great pains to make it difficult to reach him, it seems. Let up. I must not fail my people.
She must not fail
We must
her
find
people.
out what isn't working.
Fucking.
I do not know what it is Mirak learned that gave him reason to turn on his masters. But his path seems to have been a road. By the Almighty! And so, who's there? And so it is. Interesting. This may be worth exploring. I suspected there would be something down here. Do you know those spells already? I must not fail my people.
Guys, did you know? She must not fail her people.
We must find out what is at work here.
And we must find out what is at work here. Oh! Toodles. I. You don't you run from me, you bitch. Gatekeeper.
I will not fall. I thank
That's
you
how
for
it's
your protection, Allmaker.
Excuse me. If by protection you mean me, I protect. Rude. No one doing all the work here. And the All-Maker gets the fucking credit. Bullshit.
Do you continue, Ryan? You have a nice dick. Like length and girth. You should be proud of yourself.
Thank you, Clay. Shinofi, my fellow Ryan, thank you for the resub. God, that's my favorite fucking clip to exist on the internet.
Dead end? Impossible. There must be something more. Look around. I will let you know if I find anything in the dining area.
You know, I wonder if these salts are any good after thousands of years. Hundreds of years? I don't know what time is. How long has he been dead? How long's Mirak been dead? Or missing? There's thousands, actually. Because the Dragon War? Where what? Where is the way through?
I knew it. A secret passage in the dining area just opened up.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Let us move quickly. I wonder if there is something here that tells the story of Mirak. Nothing but ruined books. I do not recognize this statue. We passed by a few of them earlier, but they are becoming more frequent as we get further in. I do not like this place. It almost looks as if these statues will come to life at any moment. It is eerily quiet. I do not suspect that will be the case the further we go. Be on your guard.
Hello. Oh. My bad. Oh, fucking. Fuck you. Oh. You're a big boy. Well, if you miss playing it, then how about you just download it and fucking play it? Problem solved. I can send you my 11 years of modding Skyrim download list. It was actually easy to follow. I did it pretty much. I would have been able to do it in a single night had I had Nexus Premium, but I wasn't giving them money, so I was capped at a really fucking slow download speed.
What can I do for you, friend? I'll be sure to put it to good
How many
use.
mods? Close to 300. I think like 290. So actually not that many. So you will have to, if you use that list, you will be clicking individually each mod, saying yes to the download, which will end up taking the majority of your time. But it's worth it.
Let's go.
You know what? It's okay. Or you can just pay $5 for Nexus Premium, and then just not pay for a second month. Pay for 1 month, and it'll instant just download all of the mods for you. But my dumbass was able to follow the tutorials, so
Ready yourself.
I was pretty proud of myself for that one.
This book. It seems
Yeah, hold on. Let me just get teleported to Hentai Land. Tentacles. Oh. Hello.
Who are you to dare set foot here? Ah. You are Dragonborn. I can feel it. And yet... So you have slain Alduin. Well done. I could have slain him myself back when I walked the earth. But I chose a different path.
Sounds like you're a bitch, Mirak.
You have no idea of the true power a Dragonborn can wield.
No, I don't. That's because Bethesda nerfed the Dragonborn for gameplay purposes.
This realm is beyond. You have no power here. And it is only a matter of time before Sol's time is also mine. I already control the minds of its people. Soon they will finish building my temple, and I can return home. Send him back where he came from. He can await my arrival with the rest of Tamriel.
What do you mean?
What happened to you? You read the book and then
I got attacked by
it
tentacles.
seemed as though you were not really here. I could see you, but also see through you. Where? Where is he? Can we reach him? Can we kill him?
I like the gumption.
This is a dangerous thing, then. We should return to my village and show this to my father. Perhaps.
Oh my god, I'm already gonna meet the family?
Come, there looks to be a way out through here.
Now I want to play Fallout.
We've stopped. What is it?
What the fuck, what? It just...
You see that green light? That comes
Fallout
from
just
green
doesn't... I don't like,
Work against the wind.
post-apocalyptic
They
worlds,
must be
really.
freed soon.
Post-nuclear worlds. I just don't... I don't know. Dystopians don't do it for me. I also think part of the problem is, like, the gunplay in Fallout. I hate guns in RPGs because they're always just... It just means bullet sponge enemies.
To raise a barrier around it, protecting the few
Like when I was playing Outer Worlds,
barrier is
I
still
hated
there.
that
Is a good
gameplay. It was so boring.
We've stopped. What is it?
Father, I have returned. There is yet hope.
Freya, what news do you bring? Is there a way to free our people?
No, but I have brought someone who has seen things. He has confirmed that Mirak is indeed behind the suffering of our people.
I feared that it would be so.
But how is that possible? After all this time.
I fear there is too much we do not yet know.
Please, tell Storm what has happened.
Talk to Storm,
So you have
Crag
seen
Strider.
things, yes. My magic grows weak, and so does the barrier around our village. Time is short.
Goat.
Tell me what you know. Really? How? The legends speak of that place. Terrible battles fought at the temple. The dragons burning it to the ground in rage. They speak also of something worse than dragons buried within. Difficult to imagine, but if true, it means what I feared has come to pass. Mirak was never truly gone, and now has returned. If you could go to this place and see him, are you like Mirak? Are you Dragonborn? That is what the stories say. You are Dragonborn as well, then. Perhaps you are connected. I am unsure. It may mean that you could save us, or it may mean that you could bring about our destruction. But our time here is running out. The few of us left free of control cannot protect ourselves for much longer. You must go to Sering's Watch. Learn there the word that Mirak learned long ago, and use that knowledge on the Windstone. You may be able to break the hold on our people there, and free them from control. Much of what was known has been lost to the ages. He was Dragonborn, and yet he served the dragons. A priest in their order, highly esteemed and very powerful. Then he turned against them, becoming something they feared. He was defeated long ago, but it seems he was never really destroyed. Some dark influence wields power over them, forces them to forget themselves and act against their nature. At first, it was only during the night, but now every moment is spent building some strange shrine around the Windstone. I believe if the shrine can be destroyed, the Skull will be free once more.
Mirak is behind what is happening to our village. And so the knowledge she has gained as Dragonborn is at the heart of it. You are Dragonborn as well. You too can wield this power, perhaps to a better end.
Let's wait until day so we can see the world. I like how I have mods in this mod pack that make the night more aesthetic, and then I just don't play at night. Fucking no right, Shinothi? God damn. Look at that water. Actually, this is a pretty bad example of the water. This isn't a good location for it. It doesn't show off the beauty just right. I'm gonna capture the soul of a fish. Fish is immune to my soul tear. He's the most powerful Joke's on you. I have fire. Headwaters of Hearthshroud. Oh! Excuse me, Serrano? I thought the Spriggan Mother was about to rise from the dead. How do I... Who the fuck? Who are you? You just a hunter? You're just... Okay, you're a no-named hunter. Oh, stinky. Bakongarike. Such a cool animation. The fucking Witcher animation. Beautiful. Hey, I heard there's a bitch over here. Where's the dragon? Hello? There he is. Come on, land, you hoe. Huh? Oh. Why wouldn't it? Sir? Okay, that's just a dick move, my guy. Run, people.
I don't know how I got here.
It's so bright out here. I don't know how you stand.
This is some dark magic.
It has to be. I must be going mad. Why was I building a temple? Allmaker bless you. You have saved
Am I doing out here at this hour?
It's dark magic. No. It guts.
Watch what you're doing.
Hopefully resurrecting them doesn't break anything. But because of the combat mods. Yeah, it didn't have an option.
I can't speak now, Frank. Just heard home.
have prevailed. I can feel it. So it is. You have proven yourself an ally to the Skull, and so the Skull shall be allies to you. If you have released the Windstone and broken the hold on my people, perhaps you can do the same for the rest of Solstheim. I doubt it will fully stop whatever Miraak is doing, but it may slow his progress. I cannot help with that. None here can. You will need the knowledge Miraak himself learned. You will need to learn more about this black book. Miraak had this? This does not look like something of the dragon cult. It is a darkling, unnatural. I would have nothing to do with it. But the dark elf wizard, Neloth, he came to us some time ago, asking about black books. I believe he knows a great deal about them. Perhaps too much. Seek him out to the south. Be cautious, Dragonborn. There is something else at work here. Our traditions do not speak of them, but they and Miraak are connected. You read a black book and saw him. And the book's power comes from the same dark source as that which corrupted the Windstone. But beware, you are now walking the same road as Miraak. He also is searching for them. In fact, he has already found one. He showed it to me when he came here. It was very like the one you found in Miraak's temple. A thing of dark magic, not of the All-Maker. The power of the stone had been corrupted. It was the source of the influence that had taken control of the skull. Your shout broke whatever evil will controlled the stone, and restored its true nature as a conduit of the All-Maker's gifts. Freeing the other stones will diminish whatever dark influence is spreading across Solstheim. Yes, there are 6 sacred stones. Wind, water, earth,
And everything changed when the Fire Nation
sun
attacked.
and tree. Through them, the oneness of the land is maintained. Freya saw that the tree stone now stands imprisoned in Miraak's new temple. I doubt that you can free it until his power is broken. But you may be able to cleanse the other stones. Even if this does not stop Miraak, it surely will delay his return. You are an outsider, and I don't know if I can make you understand. I will try. The All-Maker is the maker of all things.
Oh, shit, really?
And it is from the All-Maker that life flows like a great river. As all rivers must return to the sea, so all life returns in time to the All-Maker. I know our ways must seem strange to you, but the 9 gods of the Empire are equally strange to us. As shaman of Skull Village, I serve as both a guide and a healer, as well as a keeper of traditions. I also remind the Skull to live as one with nature, and to honor the will of the All-Maker, so that we will be worthy to join him in death. All-Maker...
For many years now, I have attended to Storm, learning his ways.
It's been many winters since my husband returned to the All-Maker, but my heart still aches from the loss. Many hunters pass through our village, and sometimes the Dark Elves of Ravenloft visit us. They bring us things from their homeland that we can't find on the island, such as spices, fine cloth, and ores that we cannot mine here. It's true we Skull prefer a simpler life than some, but we do still enjoy a luxury from time to time. It's been a pleasure.
weapons of the skull will never be dull.
May the Allmaker protect
Baldur
us from
Iron
whatever
Shaper
dark
tends the
power
forge.
Well, the dragons are a constant danger, but so far they have taken little interest in our village. Thank the Allmaker for that. But have they forced us to change the way we live our lives? No, not at all. They are but one more hardship, added to the many we already endure. Well, my mother used to say that I was born an angry child. It's true that my heart has always been restless, and fighting was the only way I could find peace. I was a soldier for a time, and then a mercenary, but I was never truly happy until I came here.
See ya.
What do you need, Doctor?
I came here to study the history of Solstheim, but it's the skull who intrigued me the most. Well, let me think. I suppose it's been nearly a year now. My goodness, how the time
My
has
goodness.
flown. Well, not so far. They think I'm a bit strange, but they seem to tolerate me. In fact, they've been very accommodating, hospitable even. They seem happy to talk about their traditions and history. Oh, no, most certainly not. I'm a historian. I'm here to
Same.
talk about the history of Solstheim.
We don't. I don't know how you could afford those clothes, my guy.
We know so little about its past. There are many mysteries that remain unsolved. Yes, that was a most disturbing experience. But to answer your question, the architecture was strange, almost otherworldly. Given that, and the considerable power it must have taken to affect our minds so completely, it would suggest the work of a powerful mage. Either that, or perhaps a Daedra. If so, then may the Nine protect us. Powerful and malevolent entities make their home on the plane of oblivion. Some of the more powerful among them can exert their influence within our world, and when they do, men inevitably suffer.
It's been many winters since my husband returned home.
Don't have anything to say to you.
Okay, fair enough.
I am called Wolf Wildblood. I am first hunter of the Skull. When we stalk large game, I lead our hunters in tracking the beast. It is also a way of saying that I am the most skilled hunter in the village. I doubt that an outsider could truly understand, but I hope my words have helped to answer your question. Deer, bear, and horker provide most of what we need for skins and meat. Sometimes, when the wolves grow too bold and threaten the village, we must hunt them to cull their numbers. The first piece of wisdom I teach to any hunter of the Skull is to ask the simple question. Should I truly kill this beast? We take only what we need, so we preserve the oneness with the land. The Skull hunt not for sport, but to survive. We believe that all creatures have a right to live as they will, and when we take what we need from them, we thank the beast for its gifts. The less we disturb the land and the beasts within it, the more we respect the wishes of the Allmaker. In days past, my brother Torkild and I would share the hunt, but that was long ago. I wish I could tell you. He had a wild gleam in his eye, more so than most. In my darkest times, I fear he fell in among the werebears of the glacier. Twisted beasts, a curse of Hirsine. True bears are noble and great creatures of the wild, but the Daedra have no skill for creation, so they defile the Allmaker's workings. I've heard tell of men who, by curse or by heart's desire, become transformed into one of those vile things. It is a pitiable fate, and one that I fear has fallen to my brother. He set off from here so long ago, it's hard to say. Could be in Hammerfell for all I know. If you happen to cross his path, be wary. He was a fierce warrior as a man, If he fell prey to his more bestial side, he could be deadly. He never felt the call of the All-Maker, as I do. As we all should. We seek to live in peace with the land. But he had an eye for dominance and strength. For unnatural strength. You need look no further than the beasts of this island, mangled by the Daedra. It's not a fate I would wish on anyone, and not what I wanted for my brother.
The ash from the Red Mountain has made the land sick.
Mother worries when I walk too far from the village.
It's been many winters since my husband returned to the All-Maker.
I hope you will give
But
me
my
word
heart still
if you
aches.
find anything about my brother.
He always warns.
I thought this guy gives you a quest.
I came here to study the history of Solstheim.
The dragons of old have returned. By the All-Maker, I hope they will leave our village alone.
You freed us from the dungeon.
The weapons of the skull will never be dull. Door iron shape.
Well, it's gonna be where I stop for today.
Tends the forge.
I believe Mikey B is live though, so we will have someone to raid. We're up to 56 hours in this playthrough. I will probably, let's see, tomorrow not live because that's D&D day, baby. Yeah, I will be live Saturday night most likely. Probably again with more Skyrim. Tarada, you are not allowed to leave until the raid is complete. No one's allowed to leave until the raid is complete. Because I also have to, no, get back here. Don't you do that, Tarada, that's rude. I didn't hurt that. I gotta go resub to Mikey B with my Prime. On the account that I said I would get rid of and move everything over to this account. But you know what? I am breaking my New Year's resolution. Maybe next year. Maybe next year I'll move this shit and I'll have this account be the account I also use offline. But you know, like, at this point, the meme of it is pretty fucking funny, you gotta admit. And it continues to bother Clay, I think, so, you know, that's another plus side. Press X to doubt, you know what? Shut up. Get out of my face.
Archaic and not even